An 8-year-old boy must defend his house from burglars after accidentally being left at home when the rest of his family goes to Paris, France on vacation. This, along with National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, is a staple at our house every Christmas season, and we aren't alone. I believe Home Alone is widely considered to be one of the greatest Christmas movies of all time. I've said it before, but Chris Columbus just has a way of directing family-friendly movies that just capture magic. He's like Steven Spielberg in that regard. Now, over the years, Home Alone has become an all-time classic, and there are so many theories and memes based around the movie that it would be impossible to talk about them all here. But a couple of my favorites are that Macaulay Culkin's Kevin McCallister character grew up to be the jigsaw killer from the Saw movies, and then of course there's the endless discussion of what Mr. McCallister's job is. He has this huge home in Chicago, and he's able to fly his entire family to Paris at Christmas on vacation. Home Alone doesn't work without Macaulay Culkin, and I think the reason the movie left such a lasting impression on me is that I was the same age as the character of Kevin McCallister when this came out. I still remember our family going to see this at the theater after an open house at my school when I was in the 3rd grade. Trying to imagine myself in this situation and what I would do to stop those bad guys got my brain's creative juices flowing. Now obviously, it wasn't just people my age who connected with this movie. It truly is fun for the entire family. Culkin is wise beyond his years, and his smart aleck way of speaking stole the show, but not far behind are Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern's Harry and Marv, also known as the Wet Bandits. The plot revolves around Culkin setting up elaborate traps and the dumb bad guys falling for every single one of them. This is similar to what Nancy did at the end of the first Nightmare on Elm Street movie. The traps are hilarious and cruel. Watching Harry and Marv get cut and burned and smashed and literally tarred and feathered reminds me a lot of early Looney Tunes cartoons. These guys would have died about 20 times going through the gauntlet that young Kevin set up. Now, as a kid, those traps were the best part for me. As an adult, I still appreciate them, but I now like watching this through the eyes of a parent, thinking how hard it would be to go through the situation being thousands of miles away from your kid with no way to contact them. This is another in the genre of films that I love, of movies that don't work if cell phones exist. But what really works as an adult is that heartfelt connection that Kevin makes with his neighbor, Old Man Marley, throughout the course of the movie. It is impossible for me to watch the final scene without tearing up. Now, while Kevin and the Wet Bandits are the stars, each member of the McCallister family, they get a few good lines. Mean Uncle Frank, Cousin Fuller and his eyebrow raises, Kevin's older brother Buzz, Kevin's mom, and who could forget the cameo by John Candy as the Polka King of the Midwest. Everything about Home Alone just makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. It's a formulaic movie, but that formula works, and after all of these years, I still smile and laugh and tear up at all the same parts. Leaving every light on in your huge house, reading a magazine in the grocery store checkout line, ordering a bunch of pizzas, climbing shelves, reading the articles in a Playboy magazine, sitting down for a nice macaroni and cheese dinner.